What's going on YouTube? I wanted to create a Meps review video process on how things went. I went this past week, Monday to the hotel and Tuesday to Meps in the morning, and I checked out on Tuesday afternoon. Anyways, for those of you that are wondering how the process works, so you go to the hotel in the afternoon/evening time. Just all depends on your recruiter and who's shuttling you up there. You check into the hotel, grab your key card, they grab your ID, mark you down, give you some pamphlets, give you a meal voucher for dinner and breakfast. And then they ask you a bunch of they don't ask you a bunch of questions. They ask you, or they tell you that there's going to be like an 8:30 p.m. briefing for the next day, which isn't really, they say it's mandatory, but it's really not. It's to tell you what's going to happen in the morning time. It's really simple. It's really easy. And so once you check into the hotel, you go to your room. You're possibly bunked with someone of the same sex. So if you're male, you're going to have a male. If you're female, so on and so forth. And you're not allowed to drink alcohol. Can't do drugs, obviously, because they do a breathalyzer on you at Meps in the morning. And if you blow anything, doesn't matter how small, a 0.01 or 0.02 or whatever it is, you will be sent home. So, anyways, so you can go eat, converse with the applicants ranging from 17 to 40 years old, depending on it. You don't know who you're talking with, how old they are. And then you go back to your room, relax, blah, blah, do all that stuff. And then when you go down to the debrief, it's just literally like a 5-10 minute talk just about what's going to go on in the morning, what time you need to get up, what you need to do, Meps process, how things are going to go. So it's really self-explanatory. Also, you'll be waking up really early in the morning. If you're shipping out, you'll wake up even earlier. So just get used to being tired. The shippers, when I was going through, were getting up at like 3 a.m. or something like that. And the non-shippers were getting up around 4:15 or 4 a.m. to 4:15. So if you are a shipper, you're going to be waking up early. They tell you exactly what you need to do. For the people that are just going through Meps, processing for the physical, you will be getting up at around 4:15. They will give you a phone call, just automated message saying, time to wake up. Quick shower, do your thing, pack up your stuff, make sure everything is taken out of the room, and then once you leave, you check out with you. They did a buddy system. It was really weird. They did a buddy system, so whoever's your bunkmate, you have to check out with them. So I don't know if that's the same for each Meps, or for each hotel, but that's what we had to do. So you go down there, check out, give them your room key, then you go to breakfast for about 15 to 30 minutes, just depending on how long you have. So try to get, the protein and carbs and eat a good meal. Don't drink coffee, don't drink energy drinks, don't drink soda, drink water, juice, and then they will tell you when it's time to go, time to line up, and then you'll get on a shuttle bus, go to Meps. Just depending on how close you are, you could be walking there for all I know. But we had to take a shuttle bus. It took a few minutes to get there. And then when you get to the actual Meps, they will They line you up. They tell you about the security protocols. You got to take off your belt, take off your watch, but yada yada yada. Put it through security. That way you cannot bring any knives or weapons at all. They will kick you out. So, and send you home, and you could be disqualified. So, and don't give them attitude because they've had that happen before. So, and then once you go through Meps, or once you get to Meps, you'll be sat down. They will give you a briefing. An officer will give you a briefing, potentially our liaison will give you a briefing on what to expect, and it's gonna be a long day. They tell you it's gonna be a long day, and then it's a PowerPoint presentation. What I was doing, and then. They're very strict about sexual harassment and, saying stupid things. So just keep your talking to a minimum, and just go with the flow. Where I went to Meps, it was very well organized. It was very quick, except for going to see the doctor to do your last check. So, you have hearing test, urinalysis, breathalyzer, vision test. You do the duck walk with the doctor. They will sometimes line you up with the men, and you might do it there. But for me, for each individual, it was just the doctor was doing it for each individual privately. So the vision test is quick. The hearing test is pretty quick. You get your blood drawn as well, and they tell you exactly what they're testing for. They will give you like a piece of paper telling you what they're testing for, and anytime you can ask for a chaperone, you can ask what they're doing, so that way you're understanding what they're doing. So it's not scary. Don't be scared. They do check your height and weight, and then your urinalysis. Just listen. You can hear they're very stern and quick about things. Just do your thing. If you don't have to go, they have water fountains there, and they will ask you if you have to go or not. If you don't, then they will tell you to sip water and go on from there. You can't just walk around anywhere. They will ask you where you're going. So if you have to use the restroom, you have to ask permission to use the restroom. And then you get lunch around 10 to 12, depending on how quickly you get through things, as well. But at the end, when you're waiting for the doctor, depending on how many doctors are at the Meps, you're going to be waiting a while. So you're tired, you have to stay awake and everything. You sit down with the doctor privately. They bring up MHS Genesis. Yes, they bring that up on the PowerPoint, and you get briefed on it. But they have it all right there, so you can't lie. You can't lie. So they will show you, and they will you either DQ'd for it or you're not, for your condition. So and what will happen is that the doctor will not. They will say disqualified on certain things, but they will not say technically to your face if you're disqualified or not. What they will do is once you're done with the doctor, you do the duck walk, you get down to your boxers or panties or whatever. They will ask you to perform certain movements, show them your hands, your legs, everything, your neck, your chest, back, and they will make their determination. So it's kind of weird, but it's all right. And then for the men, you have to bend over. Women, I believe the exact same thing. And then once you're all done, you will like go to they call it the control desk, and you will give them a form, and then the personnel will print out a piece of paper usually, and it will have your enlistment process going, and then you will go to the respected branch of service for the liaison, tell them, and if you have disqualifiers, which it'll show you, then you talk to them about it, and then they start initiating the waivers for it. No, I do not know how the waivers work, how long they take at all. So it's just a waiting game. It's hurry up and wait. So, but that's the process for a hotel and Meps. It's really simple. It's just long. Prepare to have a long 24 hours, because it's just how they do their process and organization. It's just the way it is. So, and then once you check out, once you grab your bag and stuff like that, and everything else like that, you just have to wait for your recruiter or shuttle bus driver, and then you get to go home. So, and then they will tell you what needs to happen next with your enlistment, or if you're disqualified or not. So, it's pretty simple, self-explanatory, and don't fall asleep. Try not to complain too much, and if you need something, ask. So, hope that helps, and that is the Meps process / hotel experience that I had. So, thanks for listening, and talk to you soon. Peace.